What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hope y'all are doing well. Today I'm going to be going over the final 4 regular show characters that I have to do logos for. So I've got Pops, Skips, Mordecai, and High Five Ghost, and I've already done them and I think they turned out really well. A lot of you guys also think they turned out really well because I made a TikTok and I posted them on there and it has a lot of views. So if you're coming from TikTok, welcome. Today I'm just going to go over kind of the explanations behind why I did what I did with the logos, and I think it'll be pretty fun. I'm going to try and keep it kind of short each logo since I'm doing 4 instead of 3. So we'll just see how it goes, but I hope you guys enjoy and let's get on into it. Alright, so before I get in and start talking about the logos, I just wanted to readdress the stuff that's been going on recently, especially with TikTok. I wasn't trying to flex in the beginning by saying my video got a lot of views. Like, I don't care about numbers or anything like that. Like, I was just more shocked than anything because I think I made the account like a week ago or 2 weeks ago as of recording this. So to see a video do as well as it did and for me to get the support I've been getting is low-key insane. Like, I wasn't expecting anything of it. So I just wanted to acknowledge it so I could appreciate those of you that have come from TikTok and seen my work. And I'm definitely going to be posting more on there, so be on the lookout for different videos and stuff like that. I've got a lot of plans that I'll go over in the video later regarding like new things I want to try out, because I don't want to box myself in. I'm definitely going to finish up the shows that I'm working on now, but I want to keep doing other things and expand on designs and be more creative than just working on cartoon logos. It's definitely fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to box myself in and be known as the guy who does that one thing. So I definitely want to expand on my horizons pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. As for the Skips logo, I wanted to keep it pretty simple, but it's not going to be too hard for me to show off how big and strong Skips is just because of his nature. He's a massive character. His arms are like as wide as his entire body, so I thought it would be pretty fitting to put his arm kind of breaking through the foreground of the piece, holding a barbell and just making him own a gym. It just seemed like the most self-explanatory thing, either a gym or a garage, some type of auto shop. But you know, to convey the image, I think a gym worked out perfectly fine. And I think the logo turned out pretty solid. There's a couple things I would have liked to switch out with, like the line thickness and the hand looks a little bit sloppy, but I wanted to keep it pretty simple. Doing these logos, it's kind of hard to pick whether you want to go full cartoon style or whether you want to keep it somewhat realistic or whether you want to do like your own style entirely. So just trying to find that balance right now. I'm definitely not at a perfect spot yet with it, but I think for what I've got so far, I think it's a pretty solid logo to start. So yeah, now we're moving on to Mordecai. And I got this mixed up. I actually thought Mordecai was worse at video games than Rigby, which is why I made Rigby the esports logo. But I just forgot completely that Rigby is a cheat in every sense of the word. So he's not actually better. So I should have done Mordecai with an esports logo, but I ended up doing Rigby. But ironically, since I made the name Rigged Esports, it almost seems like Rigby cheats to win his games. Which would make sense. So it almost kind of worked perfectly for me. So I had to figure out something to do for Mordecai, and so I thought back to the episode where they did the Mordecai and the Rigbys, and I thought it would be cool to make Mordecai, kind of give him a band that he would be the lead of. And it also just so happened that his head low-key looks like a guitar. If you take a look at the top pointy bits on his head, it actually resembles the base of the guitar. So I thought that turned out pretty well when it comes to like making the logo, because you can actually see his head in the guitar when it's finished. So I was really happy with the way that came out, and I'd never seen anyone try that before. So this is one of those logos where like it could have been more solid, but in terms of like the actual concept of it, it's definitely one of my favorites. And now I kind of want to just go over real quick the different things I want to do with this channel and the different videos that I want to come out with. So right now I'm doing more logos for a couple more shows, like I was saying, but I also have a couple more customs on the way. I want to do some other logo challenges for other things other than TV shows. I might do video game characters. I do want to do real people as well, and I also might want to talk about branding and stuff like that as well. I'm super into marketing, and so if there's any way for me to teach other people how to market themselves and how to make money with their art as well, I would love to be able to do that. So I've got a ton of different options, ton of different ideas that I want to do. So right now I'm just feeling out my options, kind of going with the motions and doing what the people are here for. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I just got to figure out what that is. And I also want to start streaming pretty soon as well. So if you're into video games, I'm sure if you're into cartoons and you're watching this, you know, there's a good chance you're also into video games. So I'm going to start streaming pretty soon as well. Don't want to toot my own horn. I'm low-key sick at Counter-Strike. So I'm going to be playing Counter-Strike probably a lot. And then some other popular games too. I might buy Fall Guys. I don't know. The hype's kind of at its peak right now. So I might wait till the next hype thing comes out. But we'll just have to wait and see for that. But yeah, in regards to the YouTube channel, definitely going to be doing more characters for shows, but probably not in the foreseeable future after the Adventure Time ones. And then, you know, we'll just have to see from there what I want to do with business related content as well. So we'll just play it all by ear. But that's going to be the Mordecai logo for you. I called it Mordecai's Blue Boys just because, you know, kind of boy band-ish kind of name. I'm obviously not good at naming bands. I'm not a musician, so I just had to think of something on the fly. But let's move on to High Five Ghosts. This one's probably the fan favorite, I'd say. Everybody really liked this one on TikTok, and I do too. I think this one and Rigby's are tied for my favorite, just because I really like the way the text came out. I did it actually in person, like drew it out by hand and then brought it into the computer. So I might make a tutorial video for that, just as a quick little thing to do, because I'm sure a lot of you would actually want to know how to do that. It's super easy, super simple. Most of the work actually comes off of the computer and while you're actually hand drawing it, but it's still not that hard. You just have to know what you're doing. And so I'd actually love to be able to make a video and teach you guys how to do that. So who knows, you might see that within the next couple of weeks. Maybe I can knock that video out for you guys. But just to get back to the logo itself, High Five Ghosts, I got recommended by a comment on TikTok actually to do a smoke shop for Mordecai, but I didn't have an idea for High Five Ghosts yet, and High is literally in the homie's name. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do it for High Five Ghosts instead of Mordecai. That'd be perfect. So that's what I did. Kept it pretty simple, you know. With High Five Ghosts, he's literally a blob with an arm, so it's like you kind of have to use his hand if you want to get creative with the actual logo itself, and it worked perfectly. I just gave him a joint. That's pretty much it. But it still turned out really well. I think the hand, like you're seeing right now, I think it turned out pretty clean with all the lines and stuff. And yeah, I have to bring it in a little bit more because his arm was way too long. Definitely looked a little bit weird on his head. But yeah, I kept this one really simple in terms of the mascot. You know, not too much to really be portrayed here, and then just leaving a lot of the detail to be had with the text itself. You know, for the colors as well, I tried to keep it contrasty with the blues, but you know, since it's a ghost and smoke themed, I wanted to kind of give it like a hazy bluish green color, and so I think the smoke turned out really well as well. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite logos that I've done so far, and I really appreciate all the comments that I got on it, because this was definitely my most enjoyed piece so far. Alright, and last but not least, we have Pops. So I spent a couple minutes here trying to figure out the right font for him. This one was pretty easy actually to think of. I was originally going to make it a harpsichord store because of that clip. I saw a clip on YouTube of the voice of Pop saying something about a harpsichord store, and I know it's like a glorified piano, but just in case people didn't know what that was, I just decided to go with like a vintage music store. It's basically the same thing, but just not as confusing. So I made the first P, I turned it into a piano, and then the second P I just kept normal, and then the O I wanted to make Pop's head, just to add the character into the scene. And so yeah, this logo is pretty self-explanatory. The only thing I had trouble with, really, I was originally going to just use his mustache and not actually involve his whole face. As you can see with like the drawing, I don't have his eyes or anything drawn in, but I decided to kind of full send it and do his whole face just because I thought it looked a little weird. Low key, without the eyes and stuff, he kind of looks like the Monopoly Man. So I just thought it was more fitting to kind of add anything in. I think I originally also started with just his nose, so I had his mustache and I was gonna add only his nose, but then it just looked way too weird. Like at that point, just add everything else, right? So that's what I decided to go on ahead and do. So I think I'm gonna let the rest of the video rock on out. I'm gonna be honest, I've tried to commentate over this video probably like 5 or 6 times, and I'm just running out of things to say. So I'm just gonna let the rest of the video play on out. I just wanted to thank everybody else for all the support that you've been giving me recently, and I'm just getting started with all these videos and stuff, and hopefully it can lead to something bigger. And if it doesn't, I don't really care. I'm having fun doing all this video production and all this stuff. It's just a fun learning experience, and it's getting my creative juices flowing, so I'm having a good time, and I hope you're having a good time watching it. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like on it, and definitely subscribe. I've got a lot more stuff coming, a lot more different ideas and things like that, so be sure to keep on the lookout for anything else that I'm coming out with. And yeah, let me know what your favorite logo was out of this series, and I hope you guys are excited to see the next one. So take it easy, guys. Have a good day.